All right. Everything seems to be working here, I hope. Yesterday, I made a video in the afternoon after I got done mowing the area down at my parents' place, which took me about, oh, I don't know, I'm going to say about 45 minutes. I mean, the whole thing takes about an hour and 15 minutes if I do mine and uh, theirs, or I might as well call it my house, my other house, because now that I'm executor and I'm going through this probate, it is my fucking house. Um, so it takes me about an hour and 15 minutes to get it all done, and I went I went pretty hot and heavy on it too. Nice weather. Okay, if it would have been hot and humid, if it would have been up there in the 90s, I probably wouldn't have. I would have did it in bits and pieces. you know, and it worked pretty good. Now, one of the things I did was I drank some beer because it's like with the weightlifting, just didn't have any feeling. I woke up in the morning and I had nothing, and I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to go out and do like after 7 o'clock. I got my half hour mowing done, and I decided I'm going to get the other mowing done in the um, in the morning. Well, wait a minute. I think I got that done. Yeah, I do think I got that done in the morning. I got the weightlifting in, and then I did the push mowing after that. uh, so yeah, pretty hard. Like I said, I was moving. I wanted to get it done, and that's good cardio. I mean, I'm drinking a Grolsch. Thought I'd have a beer today. What the heck? Nice weather. I don't know how it's going to be this this week. Uh, but yeah, I'm trying to get that. Like I said, I'm trying to get that old fire back. It's coming little by little. Yesterday I was thinking you get in the mindset of where okay, I got to do this exercise and that other exercise, and I'm like, no. I'm not going to do that. Whatever I feel like doing, I'm going to do it. And I like that. The bent rows went well, and the shrugs went well, and then the mowing went well. Uh, but I'm always down there. This morning I went down there to get a extension cord that I had bought. Uh, and that I bought that because the electric went out and we needed new extension cords because my dad has extension cords, but some of them were, you taped them up, which I don't see as a problem if you have them taped up with electrical tape and nothing's exposed. But there are people that are like, oh my God. Oh, calm down, man. Unpucker. Just unpucker. There's nothing wrong with that. But I thought, yeah, I bought those. Those are mine. There's another roll of extension cord down there that I bought that I'm going to have to bring up here sometime. But I thought, I guess what I'll do is get rid of mine because I got a whole bunch that are all taped up. I mean, numerous places, and it's unwrapping. So yeah, it's good eventually to get good extension cords. But I went to Walmart and I bought another computer table because I want to set up an area in that room over there and kind of turn that into an office because I want to do something online and try to finally try to hopefully be serious about making money, you know, because uh I mean, I can talk about wage slavery, and people are like, just because this is what we're doing, that's what we should be doing because it's the same as it ever was, and that's what we're used to. Well, I don't agree with that. You know, I believe that we should take the whole system and burn it. And there's people out there that are too complacent and apathetic about the whole thing because maybe you feel like you're in what you should. Now, if you enjoy what you're doing, if you have a career, job, whatever, and you enjoy it and you go there every day and you look forward to it, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Uh, but if most people don't, they go because that's what they believe they're supposed to do. And for years, it just grinds on you. And that's one of the things that I want to do is just go up against wage slavery. Uh, I want to take on more of a hands-on approach when it comes to stuff like that and the government, etc. Now, what I'm going through here with probate, I mean, if you think you hate something and then something else pops up and you're like, man, I really hate that. And something else pops up within that whole system that you hate that's affecting you. And now you're like, wow, I didn't even realize I could hate it even more. Yeah. Yep. With probate, it is, you got to do this and you got to do that, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, all right. Because it's like I said before, too many people are apathetic. You're a slave, you're a drone, you're being herded in this direction and that direction. I saw a guy on X who was talking about showing the permit that he had to get for I forget what he was putting into his home or wanted to build or whatever. It came to $30,000 in some sense. Now, I don't know maybe I can find that again because I just thought about that. Let's go over here. Why Facebook? Yeah, anyway. Why am I on Facebook? Fuck book. Mark Zucker book. I don't know. I probably won't be able to find that now. I know I didn't save it, but anyway, yeah. What the hell? But yeah, you have to get a permit. You got to get permission from the government to do how many things? Okay, you got to get permission. In other words, you got to get a marriage license. In other words, you got to apply for permission from the government to get married. That's what they used to do in medieval times. Serfs couldn't just get married. They had to go, excuse me, king, may I get married? Yeah, there probably ain't. Yeah, you can't find, but yeah, it's too many. I mean, here we have a video of cops that just walked in this guy's house. In other words, they broke and entered. They just walked in, they opened the door, and they're intruders. And if you do the right thing, you'd get arrested, and they go, "Well, no, you did the wrong thing." If you know what the right thing, holy shit, that's a okay. Yeah, but anyway, um, yeah, I mean, now, like I said, I don't know if that cost 30,000, but that was, and it was the fees had to do with something like something with the road, and I don't know what that was anymore. It was all these stupid little fees. Okay, just because People allow this stupidity to continue instead of just going, okay, listen, we're going to mass non comply. We're going to band together. We're not going to be you're over here non complying and I'm over here going, well, he shouldn't have done that. No, you and the rest of these shit fucks should be over here with him going, you want the 9 millimeter? You want the 10? What do you want? You want 10 gauge? You got people behind you too. Yeah, put your little shocker away, put it on the ground, put your gun on the ground, put your baton on the ground, okay? Back up against the wall. Yeah, this is how it's going, you know. But gonna have to play here. I had to get a 15 millimeter six sided, if you see that, okay? That's a six sided. Normally, I mean, the one that I was using to try to take the uh, oil drain plug off was the star with all those little, it was, yeah, and that there didn't work. So and that was the only damn 15 millimeter I had. All the other 15 millimeter are gone. I don't know what it has. Do you notice how that works sometimes? It's like the one you need, you might only have one, and the rest are the hell. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Or you don't have any of them. You know, I remember I had problems where I had 9/16, which I used for all my other. That's the thing. All the other trucks and vehicles that I had a 9/16 head. The drain plug had a 9/16 head. And then I don't know what the hell I did, but I only had one 9/16, and then all of a sudden that was gone. And I'm thinking, now what the hell did I do with this? I mean, you could lay it out in the grass or whatever, you put it and you forget about it. Uh, yeah. So I had to get that. And I also got another one. I don't have that over here. I mean, I just saw this and I thought, what the hell? I'll just try this. It's called the Gator Grip. If you can see that, it got all those little, I guess they're ball bearings, and you can put it in here and it forms to the, that sticks in there like that. Yeah, it just forms around whatever you put in there. Um, I guess that fits. Yeah, this here I got this with that one. Yeah. So yeah, I mean I'm thinking because after all, when I was using that the star, the socket that has the star pattern on the inside, that kind of put grooves in it. And I thought, well, this here one here, if that one don't work, if this one, the little one don't work, I can use that one. But man, it is on. That's the thing, man. It is on there tight, really, really tight. I don't know if they used an impact drive. I had the same problem with my other truck where it was on that tight that the first time I tried to take it off, I just gave up. And then finally, the second time I tried, I just kept at it and kept at it. And I'm like, God, I hope this damn thing don't break. I mean, I have, hopefully, I get it off because I bought two replacements. Because when they're on that tight, I think it's best to get new ones. That way, I mean, I hope it doesn't mess up the threads on the inside. Nothing leaks. I did get my oil filter off, and I was able to use you have claws because you can't, normally you can put the wrench on and loosen it and shit like that. Not with this one. There's no room in there. You got to go straight up and either you have a cap, something that fits right over, and you can twist it on or off, or one of them claws. And I put the claw on because what I got the uh, oil filter, the cap type uh, oil filter wrench, and that didn't fit on the one I had on the truck. It fits on the one that I bought, the new one, but it don't fit on that one. It's just a little smaller. So, but anyway, that claw worked pretty good, and I got that off. So yeah, eventually I'm gonna maybe when I have vacation in July, I'm gonna try to get that off. And if I tell you what, if it breaks, I guess I'm gonna just have to get a goddamn oil pan and put that on a new oil pan. That way I can, because I ain't gonna be doing the drilling out shit. I don't have the room under the truck. I mean, I barely fit. But yeah, that's what I like. That right there is freedom. And it's like I said, we're used to this system because that's what we've been in. We were taught that by our parents. They were taught that by their parents, and their parents grew up. Let's see. My grandpa was 84 when he died in 2004. So he was born in 1920. That was 7 years after the whole 1913, where he had the Federal Reserve and income tax, okay, which was temporary, okay. It was only temporary, guys. Don't worry, okay. It's temporary. So one of these days, soon, they will get rid of income tax. And it's like, well, Donald Trump said about the tariff. Shut up. Donald Trump's not in charge of shit. Neither was Biden. Neither was Clinton. Neither was Bush. Neither was whatever. So no, income tax is going to continue to take whatever. They say 25 to 40% out of your check. Yeah, yeah. Because if I make $1,300 a week and then I'm only getting 800 and some dollars a week, it's like what the fuck? Or 900. Wait a minute. That's what, $400? Why do you need $400? Well, we got services. And so, yeah, I don't need your services. There are people out here that, just regular people that could do them services. You know, cram that up your butt sideways, huh? Yeah, I think Grolsch is Dutch. I like it. It tastes, I don't really know how to say the way it tastes. It tastes good. This reminds me of, Germany has a Spatenbrau, which Spaten means spade. So it has Spatenbrau, and it tastes like that. Spottenbrow is a little, you could say, has a heartier taste. But this here is good. Okay, this is kind of like I have Chesterfield Ale. I love Lord Chesterfield Ale. That was one of the first beer I ever drank. Okay, because we had a neighbor. Okay, this guy got barrels every week. Okay, and he got cases. Okay, this guy drank like you would not believe. I mean, he every day he would be drinking and lifting weights, and he had, hell, he had a little bit of a farm just like my parents had. He had pigs, he had steers, I think he had chickens. And I went over there, and I would um I'd manure out the pens and help that way, and then he'd give me a little bit of pay, and he'd also give me beer. Yeah. And as a kid, it was like, because I was with ultra Christian good people who they didn't drink beer. They didn't do all kind of stuff like that. They were narcissistic, tyrannical assholes, but they didn't do all the bad stuff. Oh yeah, he'd pour a Lord Chesterfield ale and pop a raw egg in it and go, there you go. I like that guy. I mean, he would grab a hold of okay, when you took pigs, when he would um haul pigs to the um I guess he hauled them to the slaughterhouse or whatever, and he didn't have that many, but hell, he'd grab a hold of the back legs of the pig and wheelbarrow that damn thing on the truck. That's Bob Hamilton. Yeah, he was a character. He worked down at Limerick near Philly. I think that's what it was called. It was the nuclear reactor or whatever, if I'm correct. But yeah, he worked down there. Yeah, you know, I keep getting these, Aetna, Medicaid. I keep Medic or Medicare. I don't know which one it is. It's so many, but I keep getting these. This is what you're gonna owe. This ain't a bill, but this is what you're gonna owe. And I'm looking at it and going, okay, well, you have a few things on here that I think I already paid, and I hate that. I mean, I hate that because you get that and you're not getting any bills. And I'm thinking, well, where the hell are these bills at? Don't just come over here and go, hey, this here is what you're probably going to owe. Well, give me a damn bill. Don't go, don't, I mean, what the hell? And I'll tell you what, oh, here we go. And one of the things that I want to do that I haven't done, I really need to clean this damn place up. This place is a friggin' mess. I got a little bit cleaned up in that room. That's the room I want to make the into the office, you know. And I've got to start telling myself, yeah, it's going to be an office and you're going to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. Businessman. That's kind of like, yeah. I'm going to make money online. Okay. That sounds better. I don't sound like like that's high and mighty. I'm an entrepreneur. All right, what are you, French? But yeah. Um, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I went to Walmart and I got that desk. I don't trust Walmart, but Walmart was closer and it's going to be a little cheaper than if you go to a Target or another store. So I went to Walmart. I had problems with Walmart where twice, twice I had when I had been at Walmart and I had uh, problems with fraud on my card. Uh, so what I do is I use the bank's Visa card because I have that credit, okay, and then eventually I got to pay that. So I use that. That way, nothing comes out of my account. Uh, but yeah, I got a desk for $75. I need a chair. I want to get a computer, and I don't know what I want to get, a MacBook or a Linux. But I don't want to get anything. And what I want to do is just primarily just do would be my online marketing on that. And I want to get something that's going to have at least 1 terabyte, where it's going to have so much room that this one here, oh my God. What I got to do when I import videos now is I have to import one or two of them. This darn lighting, man. The clouds are, darkening the sun, but I have to do either one or two videos and just see if that imports. And then here's the problem. I have to take those videos. I go put them over. I have a Seagate external drive which has 1 terabyte of uh, I don't know what you call it, 1 terabyte of space, RAM, whatever the heck you want to call it. I'm not up on that stuff. I'm not impressed with that. It's like you know all the verbiage, but Then I have to put it over there. Okay. Then I have to put my those two videos in the recycle bin, and I have to empty the recycle bin, because if I don't empty the recycle bin, failure to import. And I'm like, ah, man, I forgot to empty this recycle bin. So yeah, that's the game that I got to play every time I make a video. It's like this is more work, and I I went on here and I got rid of some apps. I got rid of a lot of the files that I don't need, and it just doesn't. I mean, I don't know what I got now. CapCut is always telling me that I need 5 gigabytes free in order to get their uh, uploads. But then there are people that say, listen, don't get their upload because their upload fucks everything up for you. So I'm thinking, okay, so I'm between a rock and a hard place here. Let's see what I got. This PC has, 5.85 gigabyte free of 117 gigabyte. Now, I have no idea how that happened, because when I did free shit up and I would check that, I'd refresh everything, I would reboot the computer, and I came back on and it's like, yeah, it was 1.13 gigabyte. Now it's 1.54 gigabyte. And I'm like, and then all of a sudden, it's you do something and it's like one was 1.54. Now it's 1.43. It's like, well, I got rid of shit. So how is there less? Now I haven't really been doing anything except I get rid of temporary files, and whatever files, if I download images for the thumbnail or like videos, I get rid of all of that crap as fast as possible. Uh, that's what I've been doing, and but it still pops up. You need to free space, and every app that I have is an app that I need. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. So, but at least I got 5.85 gigabyte free of 117 gigabyte. 117 gigabyte. Yeah. So yeah, I want to get, and I'm going to have to pay pretty much for a computer like that. I would probably be paying what, $800-900 for a computer that's going to have 1 terabyte. Then there's the problem is there are computers out there where it's like it has so many gigabyte, but you can do this, add this, and that'll give you 1 terabyte. No, I don't want to add anything. I want the 1 terabyte right off the bat. That way, maybe I'll try to hook it up to this and it can swallow this. That way I'm like, how's that for one, you're friggin' need more space. Now you're food, that's what you are. You were eaten up by the killer whale ate the great white. Well, no, 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 no. This would be a mako shark. Yeah. Or maybe a tuna. I don't know. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I made 2 videos yesterday that didn't work. I mean, they never showed up in my files. Now that today I saw the one that showed up in my file. I don't know where the other one got to. Uh, but I saw the one, and I was watching it and I was thinking I don't really like it, because here's the thing. Yeah, do I swear? Yes, I do swear. But I guess I was kind of I was tired, I was sweaty, plus I was really pumped up from getting all that work done. And man, I tell you what, I'm listening to it going, yeesh, that's a bit too much, Kramer. So it's like delete. Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking right now of getting with that guy. There's a guy online that he has a system and he actually helps to get you to where, okay, what do you really want to do, and all that, and plus with that other thing that I'm going through with where you work at, just, I mean, like today at Walmart, I went in without a cart. I should have got a cart, but I went in without a cart because it was kind of, I was throwing it around. I thought, well, do I really want to? I mean, sometimes you just don't want to spend the money. You want something, but it's like, yeah, I'll go there and I'll look at it and maybe I'll come back later and spend the money. I don't know. And I went in, I got some lunch meat, I got cheese, and then I went over there again and I looked at it and I thought, you know what? I'm walking and I'm thinking, I don't have a cart, but I guarantee you there's going to be a cart in here. Now, it took me, I went around the store and finally, right where they have the area where they have the self checkout, uh, I found an empty cart. Boom. So I got that cart and brought it in. Self checkout. Now, there are people out there that I love self checkout. I love it. I don't have to deal with anybody. I can, boom, get out of there. This isn't boop, boop, boop. And you're like, I guess I have all day. Apparently, I do have all day where you can just beep, 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 bang, bang, you're done. You're out. Okay. But of course, us men rather have that. Women are like, I don't know why anybody's waiting on me. Because you don't need to be waited on. Wait on yourself. Get more of an individual mindset of where I'm in charge of myself as much as possible. Okay. And one of the things that I'm working on is I'm trying to work on not, I get that where I want to control every single thing. Okay. I was raised by a tyrant. I know how it is to be a tyrant. And I have that because, you just get to a point when you're under that shit where anybody who seems to want to take away your freedom, it's like, we need a camp? Is that what we need? You want box cars coming? You want to go in a box car? So, yeah, I like that because I can control that and get out of there and I don't have to be bothered. Uh, but yeah. So, I don't know what I want to do the rest of the day. I don't really feel like doing much at all. I gotta shave, I gotta take a shower, I gotta wash some dishes so I can have stuff, my water bottles, so I can take that along to work tomorrow. Yeah. So, I think I'm gonna stop it here. It's over 33 minutes now. And like I said, tomorrow, I don't know. I think I'm just going to do the bench press. I'm going to do the bench press and then we'll see what happens on Wednesday. If I can get bench press, Viking press, and then pull ups this week, that'll be good. So that's all I got right now. And I'll see you tomorrow.